I'm already up $2,000 this month, and we've only had 8 trading days so far in April. This is incredibly exciting because in previous months, honestly, I'd be down $2,000 rather than up. So what has changed and what I've been doing differently that has been working for me? Well, let's find out right now. But before we get started, if you're looking for nice discounts on some challenge or instant funded accounts, I would highly consider going through Top 1 Futures and make sure that you're using code Manny, and you can find the link down below in the description. So starting off by looking at Monday, I was able to end $200 in profit, and I believe this is across all my accounts, combines and my 2 funded accounts. But let's just see like the actual trades that I took. So today, I remember on Monday was a kind of confusing day just because we were really cutting through the VWAP overnight. So there's no clear direction. There's also a lot of economic uncertainty with tariffs and all that. So today was definitely one of those tricky days, but it became more and more clear once we kind of got closer to the open. And here we're going to start to see a little bit of a shelf on the 15-minute time frame telling us that buyers may be in because we have a nice higher low here and then another higher low there. So going into the open, when we do get such a strong breakout of the New York VWAP, if you see that 2-minute candle right there, that's an incredible signal to get in long, especially on the 15-minute. You're having these shelves being built down here, the higher low and higher low. So as soon as you see this New York VWAP breakout, that's an easy trade that you can take. But on this day, I took the orb breakout on a combine account. I did not get in a funded trade, and my fill price was way too high. But just looking back, if I know my most profitable trades are related to the VWAP, I shouldn't really wait for price to break out of the open range high just because my win rate of trading the New York VWAP is so good. And so with that, I should have definitely gotten in off this 2-minute break candle, and I could have definitely gotten a ripper, easily getting that 1-to-1 ratio. But going on to the second trade, we can see that, again, I'm playing around the VWAP area. We see the shelves coming in, the higher low. We're above the New York. We broke out to the upside of the opening range. And then we just come back to retest the New York VWAP. And it seems like we're respecting it here. And so I get in long. We take a little bit of drawdown. Only God knows how I didn't get stopped out. And then we were able to kind of break the high of the anchored VWAP going higher. But get this, we rejected the previous day's New York. So since we rejected this key level and we weren't able to break it, I don't want to be married to this trade. I don't want to be dumb. I don't want to be stubborn. I need to get out the trade because this VWAP is a very strong key level to where if price cannot stay above it, I don't want to just continue holding on to the hopes and dreams that the trade will go out in my favor. I'm just going to accept that, hey, this trade, we have too much resistance up there at the previous day's New York. So let me just get out this trade for a very small win. And those small wins add up over time, just like how your small losers kind of add up over time. So if you can take out profit in the green, it's best to take it out in the green, especially once we've rejected a key level so clearly. And if we move on to Tuesday, I was down 1,200. So just looking at the first trade that was taken, we are taking the breakout and retest of the New York VWAP. Well, I got in off the breakout. So what we do is this is just like the play that we had yesterday. We can see that overnight clearly we were respecting the daily. We're above the previous day's New York. We're above the start of week VWAP. It's bullish. We even broke the previous day's high of the day. So I want to look for longs, especially if that could continue in the open. And we see it do. So we see that stocks pull back a little bit, and then we get a nice 2-minute breakout candle of the New York VWAP. And then we also get some follow through from that breakout candle. So that's what we want to see. Whenever these candles break out, especially if it's a candle like this, because if we look back on Monday, we're going to see that the candle that actually broke is massive and it's very bullish, right? Off these candles, you could just get in right away for sure. But if the candle isn't as strong like it is today on Tuesday, then you definitely want to just wait maybe a couple, like a 2 more minutes or, for another candle to form, just to really see if we can actually get that follow through to continue moving higher. And this follow through is perfect because we break out and then we're retesting, we're holding the New York VWAP, and that's amazing because this is just price making a higher low in order to continue higher. And so either way, you would have got that 1-to-1 ratio if you would have managed to trade correctly, playing the New York VWAP at the open. And if we just look at stocks again, stocks were for the majority of the time above their New York, but they're starting to sink down below. And we can see ES kind of mimic stocks in a way to where Tesla's dipping below its New York, Nvidia is dipping below its New York, Apple is now retesting its New York. So stocks are definitely pulling back, and we can just see that in the ES. And then looking at the second trade that we took today was not the best. I mean, we're trying to get in short. I'm not too sure why. I guess it's because of the way how we closed on the 15-minute at the daily VWAP on the 15-minute chart on the left side here. We see that we have a nice bearish closer, and it seems like we could possibly just continue downward to the previous days in New York, but it doesn't work out. It stops too tight, and I can tell that price definitely kind of want to at least make an attempt to pull back to the New York. So I get out and I actually switched in to go long, but that was also the wrong choice as well. I'm trying essentially to take a bounce play off of the daily VWAP after seeing that buyers are actually in fact stepping in here. And on NQ, it looked actually kind of a lot better for the buyers on NQ because NQ, we couldn't even get any 15-minute candle closures below its daily VWAP. NQ was respecting it, and buyers were definitely there at that level. And for ES, you can definitely see that buyers are definitely stepping in here at this little shelf, trying to push price higher. But again, just flip-flopping, not really the best choice. I should probably stick to the New York VWAP and only trade the daily VWAP if it's in alignment with the New York. So if they're kind of in alignment together, then I can definitely trade that. But if trading the daily VWAP by itself hasn't really proven to be as profitable as for me trading off of the New York. So that's just something I want to kind of look out for and maybe avoid, especially if it's like kind of trades like this to where it's really tricky. And then finally moving on to Wednesday, which was honestly the best day I've had the entire week. And it was such an easy day because it was just a one and done day. Literally, I'm taking the New York bounce play and it worked out perfectly. I mean, overnight, again, we can just see this looks exactly how it did on Monday. Except obviously the previous day's New York VWAP is in different locations and everything like that. But still, we see the higher low, little shelves being shown telling us that, hey, buyers may want to step in now to carry price, maybe to retest the start of week or even the previous day's New York VWAP. And so it worked out beautifully. We opened up very bullish, popped. You could have got this nice breakout play, took your profit. But I didn't take that, and it came back down to retest the New York after breaking out the New York in the open, and then that's when I got in because we can see that this candle held, and this candle held. So that's 6 minutes of buyers showing us that they're stepping in at the New York, they're respecting this level, and it wants to move higher, continuing with the shelves that we're seeing on the 15-minute. And so we get in at a really nice fill price, and we just get that nice simple 1-to-1. I made $500 on my 150K instant funded account with top 1 futures, and then $1,000 on my combine, on my 50K combine with Top Step. And then if we could just see stocks here as well, I mean, it's just everything's looking kind of bullish. We're above the New York VWAP for Tesla, Nvidia, and also Apple. And then we can just see here the average stocks. We added up all the Mag 7 stocks. That price is as well above the New York VWAP. So I like to see things in alignment. I like to trade in alignment with stocks, with VWAP, and also with structure. It allows me to tell me that, hey, am I trading with trend or I'm going against the trend? And it's a lot easier to trade with trend, and it's a lot easier to see the trend whenever I am understanding what stocks are doing, what the market sentiment is.